And okay, I think you can start, right? So let me see. Tiago, could you read the question number two? Read and answer.
All right. What is your definition of success?
Mm.
Well, I think some people will say about if you have uh, a lot of money, a big house, and uh, the the speedy car like as Ferrari or Lamborghini.
I think it's
Maybe
expensive car, right? Speed and
yeah,
expensive car.
expensive cars, yes. And I think that many people think in this what you have, but I think it's not only this. Uh, Many people have these kinds, but uh, don't live with happiness. Uh, Happiness, I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, happiness. And the success, it's I I can resume in living well with yourself. Uh, um, uh, and mm, eh, eh, in this resume, I think this phrase is enough.
Mhm. Be happy with yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a good definition. So thank you, Tiago. And Giselle.
Okay. Uh, for me, be happy and be successful is different. Like for me, be success is like have enough money for have a good life, a good house, a good car, and have the power of choose something that you want or uh, spend your time in something that you want to do. So this is success for me. And if you is happy or not making this is different. So I like to separate these words.
Yeah, I agree a little with you in parts, okay? Because my definition of success is have time. And sometimes for you have time is necessary, you have a lot of money, unfortunately. Money is necessary, of course. So if a person if a person can pay a good health insurance, I think is the name. Uh, it's better, you don't take care about the health. You know that if you get sick, you can go to a doctor. So this happiness too, this is a success to me. And for this, unfortunately, in our country, we need money. So sometimes we have to work a lot of hours, and you have money, but you don't have time. You don't have time to go to the gym, don't have time to spend with your family, you don't have time to sleep. So I think yeah, don't worry having money in this case, because for me, this person don't have a success, unfortunately, because they have money, but they don't have life. So have time uh, is a definition to me to have a success. And sometimes, like I said before, time is connected with money, but it's not necessarily, you know. So it's my definition. And oh my god, sorry, Jodilson. Jodilson.
You can call me Gama, it's easier.
Yeah, I know why you suffer because my name is difficult too, you know. Sometimes people call me like Catarina or Caterine, but Caterine, yeah, so it's difficult, it's complicated. So sorry because
No problem for
I
me.
have problem to pronounce your name, but go on.
Um, I think success could depends on. I could say that I agree with each one of you. I think so, but for me, success depends on the age sometimes. For example, how Orville said about money. For me, success, uh, financial success, for me could be I have money for me, don't need work anymore if I can.
A
For me,
good
doing what I
definition.
want. In finance, for me, could be it. Uh, I work because I want, no because I need. It's different.
Mhm.
But in life, I think it's more the money. I think it's to have people that I love close to me. It's have good friends, to have good relationships and whatever. I I I was talking yesterday and I said that my what motivates me to come back to my home when I travel. It's because I have people that I love here. It's because it it's my home. Because if I don't have uh something here to come back, I don't need back. If they come to me for and they are when I go, I don't need to back because they are with me and my friends and whatever. So I think the people create good relationships and to have good family and whatever. It's important. It's good to have a good life, success in life. I think so. And the money don't couldn't buy.
Yeah, of course, that is something that money can buy, yeah. And yeah, I really like your definition. So family is very important, and without your family, yeah, it's complicated. So, let me see. Jodel, Joadilson.
Johansson.
Joandson. Joandson, could you choose a question for us and read, please?
30.
Yeah, you can choose a question, whatever you want.
Could be the third. Um, is it correct to say that no job is perfect? Yeah, I
No,
think so.
what is the number?
3.
3? Okay. It is
Uh,
correct to say that no job is perfect. What do you think?
yeah, I think it always will have something to uh, complain. Could be people, could be process, could be whatever. But sometimes always is missing. Can be the best company, can be the best place in whatever. I think there are some jobs that there are lots of things is, that is bad, and there are some jobs that is a good place to stay, but it cannot be that it's 100%, 100% uh, perfect and efficient in the whatever. So I think I have worked in some job in some companies, and I have worked in good companies with good people, but sometimes the process is not so good. It's not sometimes there are one person, one specific person that is not so good. There are a lot of things that sometimes could be complicated, but some sometimes it's a specific thing that it could be irrelevant sometimes at the job. But yeah,
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And Thiago, what about you? I'm very curious because you are architect, right?
I'm system architect.
So do you work alone or with a group? How it works?
I work in a squad of insurance, and I'm responsible to define or give decisions about how we 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 need to do something about our product.
And do you like your job? Do you think it's a perfect job or
Well, we have some companies that are receiving the seal of a great place to work, and I think in 220 the company that I work now received this seal. Um, but um, how can I say um, that companies or in the same companies that receive the seal have problems, and I think that problems don't means that the job is not perfect or are perfect uh, or is perfect. I think it's the real job. I think or sorry.
Mhm.
I think it's correct to say that no job is perfect because sometimes we have some problems by different ways, uh, kinds of problems that you have in your environment, and maybe start with your boss, your director, your friend in your side, in the various kind of situation. I think we have some extras, and I think if we have problems, that's not perfect. And I think and I agree with you this phrase.
I agree too. And I think sometimes the problems is a challenge, and without challenge in our work, maybe the work will be little boring. The same thing every day. So yeah, maybe this is a good thing. No job is perfect. Maybe in the end is a good phrase. So okay. Giza, what do you think about this question?
Okay, this is a hard question because I don't know what perfect means, like what is perfect, So for me, a perfect job does not exist because I don't know. Perfect for me, I don't know what is the perfect job. You know, uh,
Mhm.
I can't manage this because I think all jobs have a challenge, and sometimes you wake up uh, bad and badly, and you need to go work too. So I don't know. Depends of you and depends of how you woke up in the morning.
Yeah, and depend of the people that you have to dealing, I think so. And yeah, in my job, for example, I'm a teacher, like I said, so my job depends a lot the people because I work with teenagers, you know. So sometimes it's a good job, sometimes it's not perfect, you know. Okay. José, could you choose a question for us? A question that you feel that is interesting?
Yes. Okay, let's follow the
Mhm.
numbers. Number 4. What steps do you take to prepare for a job interview?
Mm.
Okay, for me, it's important to know about the job description. So I need to study all parts of the job description because in data or technology, usual you don't know all the technologies in the job description, so you need to know how technologies do you don't know and why, or if you can learn this in a fast way, for example. uh, and I like to study about the company. For me is interesting because sometimes when I'm studying about the company, I I can see if the company, if I want to work in that company or not, so because of the sector or something like that. And yeah, I think you need to be a good storytelling about your experience, so uh, have a step by step of your resolutions in your job, of what kind of problems do you solve in your job, for example. This is what I look when I have to prepare for a job interview.
Yeah, very good. In my case, I like to study the company like you mentioned. And in the interview, I like to pay attention what the interviewer wants, you know, because sometimes the interviewer wants a person that's more, I don't know, happy or more active, you know. And yeah, unfortunately, to get the job, I try to pretend to be this person, you know. And I try to emphasize the things that I already did in the past, my experience. And one thing that I like to do too is because I always get nervous when I had to do an interview is the oh, what is that? The power pose, I think is the name, you know, a pose do poder. Have you heard about that? Always work to me. I put just a video here about that. It's like a study that some people did about some posts like superhero usually do that, you know, like so if you do some power pose, your body will release some good hormones in your body and you feel better, you feel more confident. So I usually doing that before the interview. And it always worked to me, so yeah. What about you, Thiago?
I agree with you just said, you said, mentioned. Um, I think that what we need to add is about knows your pros and cons when it's a question that the interviewer will ask, and if you have conscious about your pros and cons. It's important. Um, I I think is it that I can add.
Okay. So now the last but not the least, Jo Anderson is
Yeah,
correct, right? Jo
yeah.
Anderson. Okay.
uh, I usually to study about the job description most of times and understand if I didn't know something that it was there. So I try to remember some concepts that I forgot or is not so easy to remember at my mind. So I I do it most of the times. And about the company, I most of the times I just see what the company do, just read it, and no more than it. Um, and about company's culture sometimes, because today lots of companies there are different of type of culture, and it's important to know about it because they always asking about it or is looking to see if I have a fit with the culture. Yeah.
Mm,
Uh, yeah. I didn't do more than it. I think so.
okay, yeah. So it's very important paying attention of the culture of the company is an important thing to do. So now I think it's my turn, right? So I will choose the question number 6. What are some inappropriate job interview question? I'm a woman. Yeah, I'm a woman. And I think is a common inappropriate question that the interview usually do is about the pregnancy, you know? If I intend to have kids or if I am pregnant, pregnant, yeah. So I think is a question very complicated and maybe violent because it's my private life, you know. And yeah, that's it. I think it's a bad question. So, you, Thiago.
Well, one question that I consider inappropriate in the job interview when they ask about my current salary. I think this
Yeah.
it's inappropriate because uh, what kind of difference the information have to
Mm,
them? If they have a budget to pay for a position, uh, they don't need um, how can I say eh, eh, they don't need dealing less budget because in some kinds someone receive less than that then they have this valuable and I think
mm.
it's an inappropriate and I think it's terrible.
Yeah, I had a friend that passed for this problem because she was fired and the salary is very high and she has a problem to find another job because they always do this question for her, and in the most of the time, the company just can pay less than he he less than the previous salary, and they didn't hire her because of this, because they think that oh, sorry, maybe they think she will be not satisfied, with the salary, but it's a thing that she has to decide, not the
Yeah.
company. So
Uh,
it's a bad question,
Sometimes
really.
the people uh, have a wish to change the job because it's a bad environment and things like that. And mm, I agree with you.
Okay, thank you, Thiago. And now, Jesse, I'm very curious about your answer. What do you consider it a bad question?
I don't know. I think it's different. Like you said before, for a woman, like ask about kids or something like that. I think is inappropriate because uh, I hear before, for example, the companies ask about if the woman want to have a kid, or a child. So this is totally inappropriate. But in the case uh, for men or for me, I don't know. Uh, I don't have problem with this. For example, salary, but I don't like to say that because I don't know if it's high or if it's low. So yeah, it's difficult to know about because the company don't like to say it for, so
Mhm.
and I need to say,
Yeah,
so
it's a
this
mystery,
is, yeah,
The salary
yeah,
is a
this
mystery.
this is strange. I don't like that way. So yeah, I think is this. I can't think another problem.
Yeah, I just remember all the questions that already made to me was if I'm a single person or not. Like a man made this to me, So I think it's a very inappropriate question too. So, Joanderson, have you
I
passed for a difficult situation like that? A difficult question?
yeah, I think that I have passed for these questions that Tiago said. Uh, I didn't have some problems with it, but I think that is a question that um, I don't know why they do it, but it's a little strange. But I don't know an appropriate question that I have, but I will say something that I don't like. For example, when the recruiter they ask about the three bad things and the positive things.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
all times I think, Jesus, I needed to got something at my mind, or and I don't know what, so I
Yeah,
needed
usually
sometimes to create.
usually
I don't know.
people said, "Oh, I'm very bad because I'm so perfect. I do the things in the perfect
Ah,
way." So
I sometimes I don't know what I can uh answer. Oh, it's all because it's so fast. I don't know, but it's a question that sometimes I don't know if it's necessary in the in the job interview. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's
I have
totally
I have
unnecessary.
done some the views that I got this question, and always
Mhm.
is a fight to answer.
I think it's not a question, but I think a unnecessary thing they usually do is the dynamic group, you know? Like choose an animal to to identify. So
Yeah,
everybody
I
choose
will
a
say about it.
lion. Everybody choose, you know, a lion, a eagle, something like that. So what? Okay, so now, Thiago, could you choose a question for us? An interesting question.
Let me see. The next question. What are some difficult job interview questions? How would you respond?
Mm.
Uh, well, I think that one difficult question in the job interview is when we asked about our pros and cons.
Mhm.
For me, I think in the little joke, I'm perfect. You know,
I'm so
sure that no,
perfect.
it's sometimes I say I'm perfect. It's a pro, and I perfect is a cons. No, no, I don't say it. But I think for me it's difficult because we don't know how uh, will be interpreted by the interviewer
Mhm.
when you talk your your weakness.
Mhm.
Uh, but I have a mentoring the last year, and when we have this question, um, they need ask, but we need to talk how we face with this weakness, how we doing to solve this weakness, and it is the most important to don't forget, and
Yeah.
and but it's difficult to me chose one pros and one cons that I have.
Yeah, wow. I think I can mention a lot of questions that they usually did, like, why you want to work here? I I really want to say, okay, it's just because I need you money, you know. But I have to make a history, you know, like, oh, the company is so good, the history of the company, yeah, blah 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 blah. Blah. So, so, Giselle, what about you?
Yeah, sorry, is number 7? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nowadays, I'm looking for leadership roles, and I don't have previous experience with in a formal role, like in a formal type subtitle. So this is a really hard for me because they ask a lot, like, well, we have a team with 10 people. What's the most difficult problem that you think you can have with the people, So this is really hard to know because you don't know the people and you don't know the company, and you need to answer this question. So if I know the people, if I know the problems of the company, I can answer this. But if I don't know, it's really hard because you don't know how this work today. So Nowadays, this is the most difficult questions that I need to ask. I need to answer.
Yeah, it's complicated because they don't give any information for you, right? So
Yeah, and you are talking about people, so this depends of the people, so how you can know about the team, because if you are in the company, you can know more about the people that you need to work. So I know my coworkers, I know how the team works, so it's easier. But when do you don't know the people, like they say, for example, well, I have 5 peoples in the team, and one has like 10 years of experience, so is a senior, and we have 2 juniors. So this is the words that they say. So, but only these words do you can't understand how the people works.
mm, yeah, they just generalize things, you can say if a person is, I don't know, difficult or not, just notice the age and the gender. So it's complicated
Yeah.
to.
For example, one question that I hear a lot in the most the last days, like, if you have a deadline for a project and you need to deliver the project, and your coworker be sick, for example, and you know that you can't deliver your project, but you can't, I don't know, postergate the deadline, for example. What do you do?
Postpone.
Do you do the
Mhm.
project? Do you talk with the manager that you can't work, that you can't deliver? So this type of question is really hard, because uh, it's difficult to happen this in the days, so can be happening, but it's difficult.
Yeah. Well, good luck for you. It's a difficult question. And Anderson, now you can say that I can pronounce your name, okay? I learned how to pronounce your name. So
I think I agree with you. Say I think some questions is hard to respond because sometimes they want to not a good question or something like this, but they want the right question, the right answer, the answer that they want for because the culture of the company and whatever. So sometimes is not about the just the is right or no. It's about the culture. It's something that they have there. So this type of questions it's oh no, and the answer just they don't know if it's right or no. Sometimes it's hard to answer it, but when they ask me about the company, do you know the company? Do you like it? It what w- what motivated you to get this job? I could say money, but I don't say it most of the time.
yeah.
Uh, so I need to say, because I don't know, you call me, or I want to learn something. But sometimes the one of no of times I could say, but sometimes the what motivate to stay there is the money to earn money sometimes and whatever. As but if I say it, I think that I'm a lot of sincerely. and the I will don't continue go to the next step.
Yeah, yeah. You know, they want you to listen like, I love this company. I want to work, even if I don't earn no money.
Yeah, it's my
I
dream
work like a
company.
volunteer. Yeah, yeah. They want to listen that. So okay, now I think is your turn, Joanderson. So could you choose a question for us?
Could be number 9. If you could go back in time, what would you study different? I could say that I will study English harder when I was younger, to be fluent. Uh, uh, before early, when I was in Asian or whatever, because I started to study English. I was 16, I think so. But I just did it because by hobby or something like this. Just for uh today, yes,
Enjoy.
yes, just
Mhm.
to enjoy or something. But I didn't in that moment I didn't see what it could be good for me in the future. I
Mhm.
couldn't see what how it could work for me. I couldn't see benefits. It's just because I think I studied English just because of this, not because I have motivated for something. Today I do because I think could be good for me for my job and whatever. I could good to have good opportunities and whatever. But it's different. I did I just did it for hobby, and I didn't see uh anything that I could do within English in that moment. So it's something that I really uh changed. Could I could change it in that period? It's do it hard in that time that when I started stud because I just did it more or less. Mhm. Less than more.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, I understand you, but I think now you have a maturity. So, yeah, it's good to know that you really want to study more English now, and you need it because of technology. I think you need it a lot. So when you were a teenager, you don't have this vision. You didn't have this vision. Um, so yeah, I can understand. So, Thiago, what about you, number 9?
It's a little that a little part that Johansson said. I will I will study English the different way. And for in my job, I think that my main stack, like I said, is .NET and Angular. But in the if I came back in the time, I would to study open source languages like Python or
Mhm.
Node.js, Node. Uh, I know is JavaScript, but I know JavaScript, but I don't have experience in this, or I don't have experience, but I don't have projects that I work in these stacks, and maybe in the past I invest in these
Mhm.
stacks. Don't just in dot in Microsoft stack. we can say.
Yeah, in my case, I really want to study in the past Libras because, it's very necessary in my work. Because sometimes I have to deal with deaf students, so I think it's good when a teacher know this language. But I don't regret a lot because I always want to learn this language. But in the past, I didn't know courses, yeah, and the place to study this language, because it's not common, it's not English that even neighborhood has, a course, so it's more restrict. And nowadays, I know the place that offer this kind of language, but I don't have enough time, because it's complicated. It's a little far from my house. And yeah, if I had the opportunity to know the place that you offer this kind of language in the past, I probably will apply and will study this language. So it's a thing that I regret, but I know that it's not my fault. So yeah, that's it. And you just said.
You can study in YouTube.
Yeah, I studied on
Yeah,
YouTube, but it's difficult because it's like English, It's like
yeah.
each other language. You need a person to practice. So sometimes I put it on the TV Brasil just to
This
just to
is
see the
this is a good
interpreter.
idea. This is a
Yeah,
this is a good idea. Create a talking talk for how can I say?
Libras,
Libras.
Libras.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's difficult and other languages like English, French, and German, you can listen podcasts, you can listen music, you can watch movies, but Libras is very difficult to find content about this language, It's very difficult. So, like I said, it's very restrict. So, yeah, but go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. This is a good idea. Well, in my case, I think obviously English and Spanish. I think I
And it's
don't
important.
dedicate it. Yeah, I don't spend a lot of time studying the languages in the past, and this was my biggest mistake. Uh, and I think I will choose something boring like cybersecurity or something like that because nowadays I think when if the subject is deeply like if you know the fundamentals of the things, if you know, like Thiago said, programming languages, and if you know the fundamentals, you can choose your job, so you can choose if you work abroad or something like that. Because nowadays, if you want to learn something, we have only platforms, we have no code, and the people's like to learn in the simple way, in the easier way, so I think I will choose I would like to choose something boring like that.
It's complicated because your work and Thiago and Joe Anderson work has a lot of language, different language, programming language. So it's so difficult to me to understand. So congratulations to be in this field and yeah. So guys, you just have like 2 minutes. I think it's not enough time to answer all the question. So I put the survey on the chat, okay? And I don't know, I just want to see how is the conversation for you. How is Thiago?
The conversation was good. I learn a lot, guys. I work.
I don't know why your audio in the beginning was not so good, and now it's not so good again, you know.
Oh,
But
sorry.
no, in the almost all the meeting was awesome. So okay, Gessé,
Great. I like to be here with you, and nice to meet you, Catherine. I think we need to have more. Do you have a schedule in Talking Talk if you want
yeah,
to share with us?
my schedule is a little early. It's like 5 p.m. on Monday. So yeah.
5 p.m.
Mm-hmm. 5 p.m.
Okay.
It's a little bit early than this schedule here.
If you
So
want to create a new schedule, 5 a.m., I
5
I
a.m.
would
Oh
like.
no, so I need to sleep. Okay. All right. So thank you, Gessé. And now, Jo Anderson. Anderson.
Yeah.
I
It
write your name here, because
cool.
I use glasses and your name is so tiny, so I have difficulty, but I write your name. So go on, Joe Anderson.
You are correct, Lou. Congratulations. It was a good immersion. Yeah, was a pleasure talking with you, one of you that's here. It's a pleasure to know you, Catherine. And I couldn't go your immersion because I'm working this time,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
I
was so good
understand.
to stay with you here.
Okay, guys, unfortunately I don't have more time, so I need to close the room now. But it was awesome. Nice to meet all of you, and take care, guys. Good night.